Hello. Hi. Leslie's going to be joining in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and get started though. Who is here tonight? Tonight's live stream focus is going to be just a homestead update. We're going to tell you about everything that's going on the homestead, what we have coming up, and just hang out a while. So I'll wait a minute and see who all joins us. So when you get here, please say hi, let us know who's watching, where you're watching from, what your weather's like. We've had pretty good weather. It's been sunny in the upper 70s. Today was overcast, and I think we're supposed to get storms tonight. But it's been okay. Weather hasn't been too bad. So who's in the house tonight? Oh, you know what? I probably need to turn on live chat. All right, let me do that. Hey, Farm Alarm in the house. Hi, Ashley. All right, who else is around? What's going on? How has your week been? We'll just chat a few minutes while we wait for some people to come. Here's Leslie. She's going to join us for tonight's live chat. And let's see if we're both in the picture or not.
Just a little.
There we go. There we go. There's my girl. Oh, I gotta lean this way though. If I lean this way and you lean this way, then we're both there.
Yep.
Hi, y'all.
Well,
Anything you want to talk about? These are the things I'm going to talk about. Who's here? And where are you watching from? And what's your weather like?
here in Missouri today, it is,
You're watching
warm.
from Missouri?
yeah. And it's slightly cloudy and it's going to rain later.
Yes. Should start storming overnight tonight. So tonight's live stream is going to be a homestead update. Look, I have something weird right here on my cheek. Can you guys see that? It's like almost looks like a blister, but it's not.
Did you get bit in your sleep by something?
I don't know. It's not
80 and windy.
there in northern Missouri. It doesn't hurt at all. I hope it's not fungal. Did I get it from playing with my chickens or something? I don't know. Can you see it?
Not really well on camera.
Oh, okay. Because I see it. When I see it like super clear. It's like teardrop shape right there. So, hello, Dr. YouTube. Anyone know? Is that cancer? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. Not a lot of people watching, but I guess we should go ahead and start talking.
All right, first up on the agenda tonight.
First up on the agenda tonight is our bunny names. So I have narrowed it down to 5 selections. It was so hard to narrow it down. And after tonight's video, we will be putting up the poll. We will have the poll up through probably next Tuesday. I'm also going to do polls if I can figure out how on Instagram and Facebook. And then
I know
we'll
how to do the Facebook poll.
All right.
I don't know any of the other platforms.
Oh, and
though.
my hair's all wonky too. And then we'll
It looks fine.
we'll do an overall winner, not winner, but name choosing, and then we will announce it next Wednesday live. So you guys who join the lives will always be the first to know what's going on here at Plan B Orchard and Farm, or not a farm girl, however you want to call it. Plan B Orchard and Farm is our farm name. Plan B, B-E-E, like the bees in the hive.
Yes.
All right. Who's here? Where are you watching from? And what's your weather like? The second thing that we're going to talk about tonight, speaking of bees, is our bees have survived the winter. We thought we had lost them, and but come spring, there was activity. I didn't feed them all winter. I didn't do anything. In fact, I had planned on taking the hive in and cleaning it out, and I didn't ever get to it. And then we had a really warm early spring day with tons of activity, and there are bees in the hive. Hello from West Virginia. Thank you for being here. Thanks for watching. Hello, Johnson Family Farmstead. I do that every single time I say the name of your channel. Hey there. How's your weather today? So our bees survived the winter. Yay. We have 1 hive right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get another box on there, or I need to get in it and take a look at it. If we have nice weather on Saturday, I'll open up and get in it. Really glad, really thankful we've got bees. So either we just had a real small colony that survived the winter, or we did lose all our bees like I thought, and then we got a swarm that came in on their own. Either way, I did nothing. There's nothing behind them to protect them from the north wind. I didn't feed them. I didn't do anything.
Well, there's something behind them now.
No, that's in front of them on the south side.
Oh. Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. So they're going to be a super strong colony that survived the winter. So happy about that. So I want to get them either split or enough boxes so that they don't swarm this summer. So we got to really get in there and take a look at them. That's the second thing on our list of things to talk about tonight. I'll go through it all once, and then I'll probably go through it again for people who pop in a little bit late. Hello, Grammy Karen. Where are you watching from, and what's your weather like? That's what we like to ask everybody when they come in. We are in southern Missouri. We had warm weather today, about what, 80?
Yes.
Close to it. A little bit overcast. It was
a high of 75 today.
okay. Yeah, it's been close to the 80s the last couple days. You're getting grand goats tomorrow. Fun stuff. All right. Third thing on our list of things to talk about tonight is our pigs.
They went to the butcher this morning.
Our piggy went to market. So we are keeping 2. We sold 1. And now I have to make sure and clear out some freezer space. I haven't been buying meat for a while. I've been trying to eat out of our freezer so we can empty it out. We have a big extra freezer in our kitchen, and my mom has a smaller one up at her house in her shop. So we're going to fill both the freezers up with pork. Really excited about that. And this year, we didn't do as many cuts as we did before. The first couple times, we kind of were like, give us all the cuts so we can see what we like and what we don't like. This year, we got 1 ham only out of 2 pigs. So we'll have 1 holiday ham. We got all the bacon from both pigs. We got all the pork loins whole boneless instead of doing pork chops. And we got a couple shoulder steaks. But everything else is coming home in sausage. And then we did ask for the lard, if there's any lard. The first year we raised large blacks. We got a lot of lard. The second year we raised Yorkshire Berkshire Cross, and we got no lard. We also got more sausage last year than we did the first year. And if you're putting the hams and things into sausage, then they're not as fatty naturally. So they use a lot of the lard to make the sausage. So we'll see. But we're really excited about that.
Yes.
And I took video last night when we were trying to load the trailer, Chris and I. And they escaped into the pasture, and we spent a lot of time running around the pasture. So there will be a video coming out probably this weekend about the pigs. So that was item number 3 on our homestead update. Pigs have gone to market.
I don't know. Did we do a horse update?
We did not. But you're skipping ahead. We'll get there.
Are they? I didn't see them for the.
They're not listed. We'll add them in.
Okay.
We'll add them in right there. We can add them in now as a 3A.
True. All right. So our horses have been sent off to a new home. They were just looking pretty in our pasture.
Pasture ornaments. And costing a feed bill. And I actually have a video. That video will be out either Saturday or Monday, which means the pig video won't come out for 2 weeks because I have a chick update video coming out. Where I talk about the horses. I talk about why we got them, what was the mistake that I made, and hopefully you guys will not make the same mistake. So that video is coming out soon. And then shortly after that, the pig video will come out. Next, cows.
Well, we got our cows back from the breeder a while ago.
And we think they're bred. If they bred the first cycle they were there, they'll be about halfway right now through their pregnancy. They were there almost 3 months. So they were there December, January, February. So they could be anywhere from 2 to 5 months along. And we are hoping that they're bred. So we will have calves in the fall.
We had 2 horses named Missy and Lady in response to that comment. And Missy was unable to be ridden as she...
cut the camera off. So I don't know if you guys saw me gasp and saw and heard me gasp, or if it went black for a second or whatever, but it looks like we're all still here. So I'm trying to get the chat. Let me just click right there. Why is it not? How do I do it? There it is. Okay. Sorry, every time I want to swipe up the chat and catch up with you guys, I'm going to have to put my finger right in front of the camera. All right. Yes, so Johnson Family Farmstead. The horses have not been featured in the videos for a while because they're pasture ornaments. And they just weren't getting the care they needed. And we're not going to tell the whole story of that tonight because we want them to watch the video.
True.
And I think Rebecca, Miss B, just joined in. Yes, hello, Flying VS Farm. Oh, I'm so glad that you're passing on your farming interest to friends. That's lovely. All right. Our next update is the rabbits. So for those of you who joined in after we started, I'm going to say it again. I have narrowed down all your wonderful selections down to 5, and it was hard to get it down to that many. And a poll will be going up hopefully immediately after this live. It depends on how much time I have between that and when church starts. But if not, sometime tonight, and will remain up through next Tuesday. And then we will announce the winner on next Wednesday's live. So here is the deal. I love hanging out with you guys, and I really feel that our live videos are a little bit more real. I try to be very authentic in our other videos. I try to show you the ups and downs, but they are edited. This isn't. This is just how I talk to people when I hang out, and this hair is really bothering me. I can see it in the video.
Fix it.
So because of that, because you guys take time out of your day to come be here with me when I'm live, I try to honor that by doing little special things for you, like showing you guys the bunnies before anybody else saw them, and by announcing, I'm going to announce our name that they're getting live next Wednesday. So I want to do a little something extra special for you guys. So that's that. Okay. So if you are a fan, or if you watch Kevin and Sarah at Living Traditions, put a little emoji in the comments. So I want to see, we have 7 people in right now. How many of you watch Kevin and Sarah, and how many of you heard them mention me and know what's going to happen? First of all, just put an emoji if you watch Kevin and Sarah. That's the first thing I'm going to ask of you.
Farm Alarm posted a link to where you can get all the Not a Farm Girl t-shirts in the comments.
All right.
As well. So I designed those. Put them up there. I designed the website and I put them on the t-shirts.
Oh, right. But Dad did the graphic.
Dad did make the graphic.
Yeah. All right. So we got a couple people here who watch Kevin and Sarah. So I can now announce, because they have said it on their channel, they are no longer going to breed California, New Zealand cross rabbits. They're switching over completely to silver fox. And guess what? They're giving me some rabbits. So I believe 4, and we're going to make a video when they come, bring them, or when I go pick them up. We haven't worked out all the details of that yet. Why do I notice it when I read this?
In Kansas City, right?
No,
Oh.
Kevin and Sarah?
They're the ones in town.
Yes.
Never mind.
No, you're thinking of Jake and Becky, White House on the Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. Kevin and Sarah live here. Remember the farmer's market?
Yeah.
Their daughter goes to school with Carter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the deal. So we're really excited about that. But you know what that means? That means I have to make more cages, because I originally only planned on getting 3 rabbits. Now I will have 7 rabbits, basic math.
6.
4.
Because you only have 2.
Oh, basic math. 6 rabbits. Anyway, I've been working on another cage, and this time without Garrett's help. I'm doing it all by myself. Well, I'm going to need a little bit of help holding, because some of the wire, I can't reach it. But other than that, I worked hard for a couple hours yesterday. So as soon as I have the cages ready, then we're going to get the bunnies, and they'll be coming over.
Yes. That'll be exciting.
All
Little fluffy
right.
bunnies.
Yes.
Chicks. Where did you move the chicks to this week, Mom?
The chicks got to go to an outside brooder. So if you have seen my rabbit tree video where I turned a dog kennel, sorry, I'm tickling my throat. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna get a drink. You talk for a second.
Okay, so where she turned a dog kennel into a rabbitry, covered it with a tarp, and put fencing around the bottom so predators couldn't get in.
No, it doesn't keep predators out. And it keeps rabbits from getting out.
It does both.
Chicken wire doesn't. Remember the raccoons and the chicken wire? Plus, it's got that big hole at the end. Any predator could just climb right over and get in there.
Very true. It keeps the bunnies in from
It keeps the bunnies. When the bunnies are on the ground, they can hop around. And I lost my train of thought. So
What did you do to that?
Yes.
To
on one side of it, it had tarp going all the way over and down the long sides. And we pulled one side of the tarp up like this, and I made a chicken wire enclosure for an outdoor brooder for my chicks. They were getting too big for inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just talked over with Leslie, chicken wire will not keep them predator safe. Try not to keep the music down. Thank you. But it will keep the chicks in, and then we have a house in there. It used to be our duck house that completely closes up at night, and they go in that, and so they're safe overnight. We don't have a problem with daytime predators like raccoons and that. They're mostly nocturnal. We have a hawk. Every now and then we've had a hawk get a bird so far that we know of, but our dog does pretty good at chasing them away when they're around. So daytime predators aren't as much of an issue. So the chick brooder video should be out this week. So this week we'll have the horse update, the chick brooder video, and that'll probably be Saturday and Monday, and I don't know which is which, but watch for those. Hang on a second. We're at the 15-minute mark, or past it, so while we're here, I want to say thank you to the moderators that are here. You guys always do such a great job, and I love having you guys in my lives. Thank you. I also want to say, I want to talk about the meetup. So Baker Creek Spring Planting Festival is the first weekend in May. It's Sunday to Monday, May 5th and 6th. And
I will check the dates and get back to you.
And so we are going to host that evening at 7:30 p.m. a fire pit gathering at our home. And it's for other YouTubers who are there at the Spring Planting Festival, or you guys who are my viewers. If you're going to be there, you're also welcome to come. You will need directions because our address is not mappable. So you'll either need to message me on Facebook. If you look for Lorella, you will probably find me because there aren't very many of those in the US. Or you can email me at lorella@planborchard.farm. Yeah, planborchard.farm. Our email address is usually in the description. Hopefully it made it into this one. Or you can find me at Baker Creek, and I will have little maps to hand out. I live about 15 minutes west of Ava, so it'll be between 35 to 45 minutes from Baker Creek to my house. We are going to start at 7:30. If you get there a little bit early, you're just going to have to sit outside and wait because my daughter is graduating high school on the following Friday, and her baccalaureate was supposed to be scheduled for the Saturday before, and they have now changed it to the Sunday before. So I will be in town. I will leave Baker Creek, come to her baccalaureate, and then come home to the fire pit. So hopefully, I think I'll get there between 7 and 7:30. Hopefully I'll make it there. What else? Ashley, we can talk later, and maybe we can work something out, so you don't have to move the bus around. Let's see. There was something else about Baker Creek. Yes, last year when I hit 3,000 subs, which is right around the Baker Creek time frame, I had a giveaway, and I had a bunch of different things. Vicky from Little Creek Homestead had knit some really cool stuff, like a pot holder, a handle thing, like a pot holder for the handle.
A handle cover?
I guess. I don't know what it's called.
A handle cozy, maybe?
Maybe.
Like a tea cozy?
Like a washcloth with she knit the hook thingy on it so you can hang it. Not washcloth, kitchen towel. She also, And then I also had included some different things, some seeds, I think,
Yes.
and some measuring spoons that I love, my favorite measuring spoons that I bought another set of. Anyway, I had this whole little giveaway bag ready, and the person who won, I contacted several times. They never gave me their address or a way to send them anything or bring it to them. They are actually in Springfield, the person who won. So I've decided to bring that little goodie bag with me to Baker Creek. And if anybody comes up to me and says, hey, I hear you have a goodie, if I have something left, I'm just going to let you pick one thing out of the bag, one or two things, and then we'll just do that till the giveaway goodies are gone. So I thought that'd be fun.
Good.
You guys get to know first. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you did, but I'm sure most of you that are here are already subscribed. And I think a couple people popped in. Hi, Cheryl. Yeah, Rebecca, you're just going to have to buy a plane ticket sometime. Ooh, actually, I had a tick on you. Ugh, hate ticks. It is tick season. Yes, thank you for putting your questions in all caps. That does help. And Ashley, I'm actually on Instagram as Lorella Crews. So not just our farm page, but I actually do a personal one now too. All right, so I think that's it. We've said hello to everybody. So glad everybody can make it. And let's see what else is going on in the homestead. So I talked a little bit about my garden in our last videos. So how does my garden look this year, Leslie?
There's nothing done.
Looks pretty bare.
There's the trees out in the field, and that's about it.
Yeah, so I got peach trees from Havard ASL Homestead. They don't have a channel, but they're good friends of ours. And they gave me six or seven peach trees.
Mm-hmm.
And I planted them. I took them bare root and planted them at the wrong time. They were still leafed out. They weren't dormant yet, but it was when I could get them, and they were getting too big. We had to get them out of their property because they were in a like a raised bed, and they were crowding out. So I brought them home and actually contacted Farm Alarm, and Tracy gave me some advice, and I did the best I could. I actually made a video about that, and I threw them in the ground and crossed my fingers and said a little prayer, basically. And all winter I was just hoping that they would come back. And my mom's peach tree, she's 500 feet up, and she's up a little hill from us. Her peach tree is kind of a little bit sheltered though, because she's got a house and a barn right up there. Hers came out in full bloom, and I still had nothing. And then we got another frost, and all her blossoms fell off. And I thought, oh, I don't know if mine made it. I don't know if, because I hadn't seen anything. Well, guess what? I have peach tree leaves.
You do, and they've gotten bigger in this past week.
So I'm very excited. So it might just be the little microclimate difference, because mine are in the cold wind and hers are in the shelter, that mine actually blossom out later, which might be a factor in my favor, because my mom often doesn't get peaches if we have a late frost, because her tree will blossom out and then we'll have a late frost.
I know, it was surprising last Sunday. It actually snowed in April.
Yeah, in Springfield. We didn't get any snow at our house though.
No, we didn't.
So my garden is pretty bare right now. I'm thinking that in my main garden area, I will probably do a fall garden, because I've been getting the rabbits. I had to work on infrastructure. I had to build rabbit cages and buy all the stuff I needed for that. I had to do this grow out coop for the chickens, and I just haven't got time to focus on the garden yet.
No, but fortunately the pigs have now moved on.
Yes,
So we do have all that space.
Where the pigs moved from, I'm going to do a Three Sisters garden. And that I feel quite peaceful about, because I don't even need to start, the corn goes in first. I don't even need to start it until about 2 weeks after the last frost or something like that. So I want to stop for just a second and say hello to Billy Tucker. Thank you for coming over from Living Traditions. I just talked about them a few minutes ago. I appreciate the sub, and I am very much looking forward to the rabbits that they're going to be giving me. So today, Billy, we're doing a homestead update. Usually I have a different theme for my lives that are every Wednesday, and then I have edited videos that come out Saturday and Monday. And on my live, sometimes I talk about our homestead and gardening and different topics, but a lot of times I also talk about personal growth topics. Most of the rest of you have been here before and are very aware of what I do here on my channel. I thank you again all for being here. All right, so I'm going to do the Three Sisters garden where the pigs were. So my next step is, between now and the time I'm ready to plant it, is either till it, if I can find someone to borrow a tiller from, or cover it up with plastic to prevent any weeds or anything from coming up in it. So whichever order, I will do both of those. I just don't know which order I'm going to do them in. So we'll see. I borrowed a tiller from somebody last year, but it had a tire that wouldn't hold air. So we kept having to put air in it like every couple of, I don't know, feet. It was a nightmare. So that will not work on that huge area where the pigs were. They tilled it pretty good, but it's a little bit compacted, and there's also some holes where they dug wallers and stuff. I'd like to even it out a bit. But I don't know that I necessarily need to do that. Because
except
of the type
that the ground will be a little bit too hard to plant seeds.
It might be. I mean, I could use like a broad fork or something if I had it, but that would be a lot of work, and I don't have one. And then in my kitchen garden by the house, I'm redesigning it from the way I had it last year, and I've got some pallets that I'm going to use for a fence, and I need some weed fabric. I want to put weed fabric especially along the fence going out. Like, I want the fence to kind of sit on the weed fabric so that it will keep grasses and things from coming under the fence, and also we won't have to mow right up to the fence. So I want to put weed fabric down and then put wood chips or something on the outside, just to keep like a good barrier, because where our kitchen garden was pasture before, and I have really fought weeds. I don't know that I'm going to do weed fabric in the inside of the garden except along those edges. I have a good source of wood chips, and so I'm going to try doing more of a back to Eden style. We'll see how it goes. So that's the garden update. The next thing I would like to mention is thank you to all of you who went over and subbed Liz Zorab last week during my live. She hit her 10,000 mark the next day. So she was creeping so close, she was like just a couple away, and then the next day it like jumped up another 40 and she was well over the 10,000. So thank you so much, you guys, for going over and showing her love. She appreciated it very much. Hi Rosanna, thank you for joining us tonight. All right, and then the last thing on my homestead update is I want to talk about my girls, because those of you who have been watching us, this has been a 5-year journey. So for those of you who are new to my channel, 5 years ago I moved my family from the city to the farm. We want to be more self-sustaining. We want to lead a more organic lifestyle. We wanted to have closer ties to our food and our land. We chose southern Missouri because my parents were here. They had retired here, and my dad's health was declining. So we were able to move here, and for the first 3 years, we were really able to help my mom and help care for my dad until he passed away. And the girls have been a big part of that, and they've been on our channel a lot. So you've seen them change from 12 and 14-year-olds to now 17 and
after
19.
I was 15.
Oh, okay. So Carter wasn't yet 13?
No, she
but
wasn't.
You were 15. Okay, yeah. So they were 12 and 15 years old. And now they are 17 and 19. And you guys have got to watch them grow up, right? So this is Leslie, if you don't know. And Leslie's 19. And in June, the middle of June,
yes,
Leslie is going to do an internship for a year at the International House of Prayer in Kansas City. It's a ministry training program.
Yes.
And she's going to do the fire and the night program. So her wake up time is 3 p.m. and they have classes all evening and dinner, well, lunch.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then they pray from what time?
From midnight to 6 a.m.
Midnight to 6 a.m. they work in the prayer room and pray overnight and then go to bed. And then so it's an overnight program, intensified prayer. And she was given a scholarship. She earned a scholarship.
I did.
And so almost all of her costs will be covered. So we're really excited and proud of her, but it's going to be sad to see her go. I'm going to miss her terribly. But I'm really excited to see what the future holds for her.
Do they serve pancakes? Probably in the cafeteria, I would imagine that they have pancakes.
I don't know. Maybe they make them do a Daniel fast for the whole year.
I doubt it.
That would be rough. So she will get about 6 weeks in December, January.
Not 6 weeks. I think it's closer to 3 or 4.
Yeah, so we'll have her back and you guys can see her then. All right, so we're excited about that. Oh, hey, Kathy. I don't know if I said hey, Kathy, to you earlier. I saw that you had jumped on, but I think I was in the middle of saying something. All right, and then Carter is getting ready to graduate, and I want to just show you guys something. So this is Carter's graduation announcement here, my little model. And so this girl who has an attention to detail put math jokes on here. Let me see if I can get it to focus on it right there. Can you do that? No, it doesn't work like a phone.
Not on the
What do you call an angle that
is inverted because it's backwards?
Oh, is it backwards, you guys? What do you call an angle that is adorable? A cute angle. They're all math jokes. Who invented the round table? Circumference. Why do teenagers move in groups of 3 or 5? Because they can't even. That's my favorite one. Why was the math lecture so long? The professor kept going off on a tangent. So my little brainiac girl who put little tiny math jokes all around her graduation announcement forgot to put the date on it. It says where it is and what time, but it doesn't say which day. So I'm going to have to put in little sticky notes when I mail these out. Or when the people around here who she's going to hand them to know what day it is, because
their kids are probably graduating the same day too.
It's a small town and everybody knows when everything is. So that just kind of cracked me up that like she made all that attention to detail and then forgot to put the date on it. She's also graduating. Leslie graduated 2 years ago. Most of you know she went to Africa last year.
I did.
And then has been working.
I have been.
Excuse me.
Carter was the recipient of an award very recently.
She was.
The Will McFarland Youth Volunteer Award, I believe.
Something like that. Yeah, because she's done a lot of stuff. So she got that award. But what I wanted to say, though, is that last year she worked at our local pool as a lifeguard last summer. And she's been offered a job at a children's camp in Oklahoma to lifeguard all summer long. So I thought I had until August before I was going to be an empty nester because she's going to start college in August. My little brainiac. She's going to
Missouri S&T.
Right, which is a science and technology college to study aerospace engineering. And then she got this offer to work at this camp in Oklahoma. And so I'm going to be an empty nester in mid-June when Leslie leaves.
Yeah, because she leaves in May before I do.
Yeah. So it's going to be strange. I'm very proud of both of them. I'm excited to see what the future holds, but it feels very weird to me and sad. And I was really sad. And then yesterday I was driving and I was like, there's going to be a lot fewer piles of laundry around the house. And we probably go through a lot less toilet paper and groceries. I might not mind that part so much. I was like, And when Carter and I went last weekend up to her college, she's already registered for her classes. They had a thing that we went to. She had to do a math placement test and do some other stuff. And they were like, now moms, parents, like they had the kids doing their testing. They had the parents out there doing the other stuff. They're like, it's probably not a good idea to take your kid's room away right away. Let them come home. That's their safe haven. I was like, I'm sitting up there. I'm shaking my head. That's my house. I can do whatever I want with that bedroom. I'm ready to have a guest room because I want some of you guys to come visit me.
You have a guest room.
No, not really. You can't really call that a guest room. It's full of boxes and stuff. We still live in boxes, out of boxes. We moved 5 years ago and our house isn't finished and lots of our stuff is still in boxes. And I know in theory we probably could just take all of that to Goodwill and never miss it. But every time I open up a box and dig in it, it's like Christmas. I have so many things that I really like that I will use once I have rooms and closets and drawers and places to put everything. We're mostly just still in wood frame with.
I don't know. You might want to watch some Marie Kondo.
I'm not watching her. You know what doesn't bring me joy? Your stuff. We'll put all your stuff to Goodwill.
All my stuff's going with.
We'll make room for my stuff. All right, so let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. I think we've talked about most of this. Yes. So Brenda says I had lots of kids and that they always keep coming back. And you are still living out of boxes too, right? Yes. Okay, let's see. So if those of you who joined in late, I want to mention that at the end of this live or sometime tonight, we will put up the poll with the 5 name selections that I have narrowed down, our bunny names too.
Well, would you like to maybe announce those 5 selections? No.
I wouldn't. I would like them to look for the poll and vote.
You don't want just like your comment section filled with votes?
Nope. Nope. We're going to do the voting. It's going to be based on the poll. But they all got a chance. They got the first chance to name the bunnies when I brought them live and give their selections on air. On air. We're kind of on air.
Live?
Yes. We're live. So we talked about our bees. We talked about our pigs, our cows, our horses, our rabbits, our chicks. Wow, we have lots of animals. Well, we had lots of animals. We have fewer animals now. Our garden plans. The girls' college plans. Again, I want to say thanks to my moderators. You guys do a great job. I appreciate you guys being here. Hey, Jay's in the house. She's just popping in. That means I need to go through this all again. No, we won't do that. Let's see. But Jay, I will mention that I am going to post a poll with bunny names immediately following this live or pretty soon after. Some point tonight, be posting a poll with the final selection for bunny names. I will also put it on Instagram and Facebook, and then we'll have to tabulate all the numbers to figure out the final names of the 2 bunnies that were on. Was it last week's live that we had the bunnies on? I believe it was.
I'm pretty sure.
If you haven't seen them, go back and watch last week's live, and you can see they're New Zealand Reds. The girl is completely red. The boy is a broken red. And we're selecting names from classic literature. All right. And also, let's talk real quick about the meetup after Baker Creek. So 7:30 p.m. May 5th, at my house. And it's going to be a campfire, bring your own chairs, bring non-alcoholic beverages, family-friendly event. And there's something else I was going to say about that.
If you want hot dogs and marshmallows, bring those too.
Well, anything you would like to roast, we have plenty of the roaster things. There's Ashley being such a rebel. We're sticking to classic literature names, Ashley. Sorry, as cute as those were, I didn't scratch them off. I had narrowed it down to the ones that I really liked, and I scratched those off because they were not classic lit. Board games would be fun. If anyone has cornhole, I would love to play cornhole. But I want to say, if you watch other channels and they mention that they're going to Baker Creek, leave in their comments about my fire pit hangout time. I really would love other YouTubers to come, and I don't know that everybody knows about it. I've put some little things out on other social media to other YouTubers to kind of let them know. But there might be people that you watch that I don't watch that are going to be there, and I would love to have them. Yay, Ashley has cornhole. You have to come now. It's not going to be an option. We'll just have to talk later about the bus and what we're going to do, how we're going to get you from A to B. What else do we want to talk about? I think that's about it. So now let's open it up. I talked and talked and talked for the last 40 minutes. Stop bumping. That makes the camera jiggle when you do that. So I'm going to take a sip of soda over here, and I'm gonna let you guys write some questions. Make sure you put your questions in all caps, although Jay, I did see your question. There's really not that many people in here tonight, so it'd be easy to see your questions. Jay, cornhole is a game with bean bags and these wooden things that are like kind of triangular shape, like slanted, and it's like toss. Yeah, toss across kind of, but without the tic-tac-toe board. But it's just fun. I want to play it. All right, so what other questions do you guys have? And yes, I know how bad soda is for you. I have quit it and started again many times in my life. I've been no sugar, and then I eat sugar, and then it takes over my life.
Oh.
What are you doing?
I am watching comments on my phone because they like to fade.
Well, okay, so here's another thing. We can also bring board games inside if we want to play games. I have loads and loads of board games. We're very much a gaming family.
We have all sorts of board games.
Card games.
Although I will say this, if you've never played Ticket to Ride before, download the app
and practice.
Learn how to play.
Yeah, we play Ticket to Ride, the board game. What else? We play Chicken Foot, Dominoes. Yeah, Jay, it is, and I did it right before. I did it leading up to Thanksgiving. I did a month of Whole30, and it was great. It was really great, and I had plenty of energy and all of that. And then we went through the holiday season, and then it was like tank. So, and ever since then, like every week, I'm like, okay, no sugar. And then
still in the plastic. Goodness, why have you not played it yet?
We have the Game of Things.
We own it. We also have Punderdome.
Punderdome is so hard.
Hey, but we'll have more people, so it'll be more fun.
I'm not very good at puns. And then, but what are some of the ones we play more often, though?
Scotland Yard.
Oh, yeah, we don't play that very often. You're naming all the weird, obtuse ones that nobody's ever heard of.
The ones I like, though.
Oh, yeah.
True. Timeline. We play that a good bit.
We also have Apples to Apples. Yeah. Game of Things would be fun because we don't know a lot about each other, so that would be a fun one to play.
Yes.
To get to know people better.
Ours is not the board game version, though. It's the,
Is there a board game version of it?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. That's Against Humanity. I don't know much about that.
It's probably like a special version
Is
of Cards Against
sardines
Humanity.
like the opposite of hide and seek? Is that like where when you find someone you pile in on them, and then when everybody ends up? There's not many places to hide on our side of the farm.
No.
Plus, we're starting at 7:30 p.m. and the sun will be going down.
Well, that's what makes it more fun, Mom. But
yeah, I've never played Cards Against Humanity. That's okay, Jay. You know what? We allow people to just be themselves. So if you want to just come and sit and not say a thing and not watch it and just watch people play and not participate in anything, you don't have to. In fact, if you feel like overwhelmed and you need to go take a nap on my bed, you can do that. Totally okay. We have people in our family. We have people in our family who are big time gamers, and then we have a couple people who don't play at all. My sister-in-law doesn't play at all. My daughter Carter will play a little bit, but she doesn't really enjoy it.
she prefers card games to like dominoes or trains.
She does. Yeah. Mexican tray and chicken foot variety is probably one of our favorites. Yes, you're very welcome at my house. I don't know that we'll be doing any video because people will have been doing video all day at Baker Creek, I imagine. So I really just want this to be a fun kind of casual hangout to just get to know each other better and stuff. I've never played pitch or golf, but I've heard. Well, I may have played golf a long time ago. We've been playing 5 crowns. Have you guys ever played 5 crowns? Cheryl says she has bought people games, but then they end up not playing. All right, I see we have a couple more people who've joined in a little bit later. So for those of you who are just joining, I did a homestead update where I talked about our all of our animals, one by one. The big news is our bees survived the winter. That's very exciting. And our cows are probably pregnant. And we talked about the rabbits that I got last week from Elizabeth Branscombe that we are going to name, and we've been taking name suggestions on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And our poll is going up tonight after this live, and then next Wednesday night we will announce the winner. We're gonna put polls on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and then we'll figure it out.
I'm guessing if you made like a homesteading board game, it would be kind of like the game of life, except instead of
The
like
homestead edition.
Go to college or go straight into the workforce, it would be like get some cows or get some chickens.
Right. That would be a fun game, homesteader game of life. That was that Wes singing?
That was Wes Thomas.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a YouTube channel.
Does he? I don't think he does. Well, he did at one time, but I don't know if he has music on it. That's our youth worship band. So Carter usually plays keyboards for it, and Wes does guitar and singing. But guess what, guys? Carter is in California. We actually got a text during this live that she hit the ground safely. She's moving back. No, I didn't say that, and don't tell her I said that. She has gone back to where we lived before. When we lived in California, our neighbor 2 doors down had a daughter, Carter's same age, and they lived next to each other for 10 years. And they grew up between the 2 houses, and she had a cousin, Leslie's age, and all 4 of those girls ran around together all the time until we moved. And so she's gone back to see Megan for a week, and then she'll be back home. So she's not in there tonight. All right, what other questions do we have? We've got about 10 minutes left. The game Farmville? Isn't that, I've never played that. I know it's like, it probably is.
It's not anything like
It's
actual
not?
homesteading though, no.
That's an app game, right? Like
Yeah, it's a click game. You click stuff and you earn money basically.
Okay. Yeah, I never played it.
I did.
Hello, Mom H. Glad you're here. Homesteaderopoly. That's cute. Or Homestead Life. All right, let's see. Brenda has a question. No, I do not want to report her. I want to read her comment. I'm pretty curious about the landscape fabric decision, I think. Came late. Wondering about if you tried cardboard and wood chips ever. I've had luck with that.
What she did is she put cardboard down and then it choked out the plants because
right. So that was
you
different.
didn't do it right.
Yeah. I just put down the cardboard and I planted on top of it. Anyway, that's a whole different discussion. So what I'm talking about, the landscape fabric, is going to be just at the edge of my garden because my garden is in a pasture. And the pasture grasses grow like 3 feet, 4 feet tall. And they have a tendency to creep in through my fence in the pasture. So what I want to do is on the edge of the garden where I'm going to put the fence out of pallets like this, I want to put the landscape fabric so that it is on either side like that, and then put wood chips over the outside of it just to keep the pasture grass from coming up into the garden. On the inside of the garden, I'm not going to use it in the garden beds really. It's just a barrier at the exterior edges. All right, and then somebody said a game called Set. I do not
by
know
the makers
that
of
game.
Crown.
And then what did Jay say? Let's see. I don't know. So Brenda says, so you've had good luck getting the pasture grasses out of the garden. That's great. So this is now, I think, our 4th year in this garden spot. And the first year I put down paper feed bags and hay every time and manure over it. Mm-hmm. And then the second year I planted in it and I had a lot of grass in the garden still. And then last year I brought in a load of topsoil. So that would be the third year. And I put down I made a bed at a time as I planted, and I put down topsoil over it, and that did pretty good.
The chickens,
But we
though,
still
before you can plant there.
Yeah, we still had grasses come up, but not as bad. And then this winter, I've had the chickens in it all winter, and right now pasture grass is starting to come up around it, and the garden is looking pretty good. It's bare. It's got a couple little weedy things in there, so I'm gonna have to do some. It
looks like some of the lettuce came back.
Yeah, I did notice that something came up. Volunteered, but I'll text you later about that weekend. Yeah, it looked like the I can't even think. Something volunteer came up, so we'll have to check.
Kale, but I know it's not kale. Kale doesn't look like that.
It looked like beets almost. I don't know. I didn't take a good look at it. So that's what we did, and then I have a pile of wood chips to put down to keep it going, and I've used last year I used hay as mulch, and the hay wasn't rotted enough, and so I kind of planted hay back into my garden in the walkways. So
yeah.
So it's a continual fight, but it is getting there. It's getting there. And I have a load of feed bags. I've been saving feed bags all winter that are going to go under wood chips in the walkways and stuff. So we'll get there. I'm also redesigning my garden because I was trying to do more of like a crop garden for market, like a market garden, and do more intensive planting. But I garden before and after work, and my time the way it was too stressful for me. It was not enjoyable for me. So I decided not to garden so intensely, to more focus on having a garden that I enjoy going into. I'm changing it to a kitchen garden or a cottage garden style with some whimsy, with some places to sit and rest, so a place I will really enjoy being. And I want to grow enough for our family, and I want to work on learning how to preserve food because I haven't yet learned how to can really. The only thing we've done is to freeze things. So I want to learn how to can a little bit, and then any excess I have, then I will sell to my egg customers. I have regular egg customers who love to buy fresh veggies from me, and so that helps. So that's what I'm going to do. And Cheryl says, you have pumpkin something patch. I'm assuming that's it. Where'd it go? It disappears so quickly. It's the old Maquis, the old tin I left over 3 years ago. You can see how the straw takes well over a year to rot up. Okay, yeah, I will take a look at that. My work hours vary greatly. I am an independent contractor, and I can accept or decline jobs as I need to. In the summers, I do a lot of shows in Branson, which are in the evenings. And I'll have really slow weeks and I'll have really busy weeks. And so it just kind of varies. Last year, I tried to take most Fridays off. And so that was mostly my gardening, like really strong gardening day. Let's see. Any other questions about all of our farm news? Anything that needs repeating? Did everybody hear about the poll for the bunny names?
I think you've announced it.
I have several times. And again, I want to say thanks to all my moderators. I appreciate you guys being here and helping me out. And then we talked about the Baker Creek, the meetup after Baker Creek at our fire pit. All right. Any last questions? We're at 55 minutes, so it's about time to shut down. And any last questions for me or for anyone else in the group? Thank you guys for being here tonight. It's been fun. I enjoyed hanging out with you.
Me too.
And having Leslie around. Hello, Howie. Thanks for joining us. I think you're just popping in right here at the end. But we're glad you're here.
I think they're debating the hay decomposition.
Not debating, just discussing. There's a difference.
Is there though?
Yes, there is.
What's the difference?
Debating is more when you're on opposite sides of it and you're trying to prove the other person wrong. You're counter arguing all their points. That's a debate. Yes, Jay asked about the last frost date off the top of your head. April 15th. So we just had it. The average last frost. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will kind of hang out here for a minute and let you ask any more comments, any last questions, and when I see it die down, then we'll end it, like a minute or two. You guys have a good night.
You actually just got a new viewer. Oh, there they go. Oh, it looks like Green Jean Project just showed up.
Hey Green Dream Project, how are you guys doing? So we're just getting near the end of it. Yeah, you came at the end. So, a quick recap is we're putting up a poll at the end of this video with the 5 narrowed down selections for the bunny names to let you all name. And I went through all of our animals and gave a quick update. We talked about my girls who are going off to college soon, and garden plans, all of that. So you'll have to go back. Someone says, don't we have a nasty storm coming in the next few days? It's supposed to be cold. I don't think it's going to get that cold as far south as we are. Let me see what the latest forecast says. I know there's like a 50% chance of showers. It's not terrible. Let's see what we've got, what it says. For any of you who are local to the southern Missouri area, I like the KY3 app the best. I am a weather app junkie. All right, so
1 Acre Under God Homestead also just showed up.
hello, 1 Acre Under God, welcome. Tomorrow is a 50% chance of rain with a high of 60 degrees. So nothing below 40 for the next 10 days. Rain, thunderstorms on Monday. Tomorrow's forecasted rain, so said possible storms likely in the morning, but it's not going to be bad. Hail and heavy winds. What? That didn't make it onto my forecast that I see. Oh, wait. Severe threats ramp up. Strong to severe storms. Well, yeah, maybe. All right, that means I need to go open the stall so the cows can get in. The pasture they're in right now doesn't have any shelter. So that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Yeah, it is exciting to see them go to college. It's also a little bit sad.
Oh, we also got the mower fixed this week.
Yes, so we have a riding mower, which is kind of necessary between my mom's yard and their yard. You're fine. And last year at the end of the season, Chris was riding it. He wasn't even mowing, and it just stopped, and then it wouldn't restart. And so all winter long, he's been trying to talk me into getting a 0-turn mower. Like I have, just have like an extra $7,000 cash lying around.
If you had that kind of money, you could have bought me a new car.
If I had that kind of money, I could have done a lot of things with it. I do not have that, right? So we have a riding mower already, and I'm like, in my opinion, you broke the riding mower. Why am I buying you a new one? if you can't be trusted with the one we have, it's only like 2 years old. So this year he said, well, we'll take it in and get an estimate on it. And they came from our local hardware store. They came and picked it up. And the guy who picked it up told me that for 3 days, all he had been doing was picking up mowers to bring them in. So everybody's getting them fixed. So about 4 or 5 days went by, and Chris texted me. He's like, the mower's fixed. I'm like, what? We were supposed to get an estimate. And he goes, yeah, it cost, well, are you sure you want to know? And I'm like, just tell me how much it was. $80. A $10 part. And the other $70 was for repair and included the delivery, the pickup and delivery back home. So for $80, we got the mower fixed. So I think that's a pretty sweet deal.
Our cows don't always take advantage of the shelter, but the pasture they're in doesn't have any natural wind barriers, no trees, no
Right.
fencing, no barns or anything. So we like to give them the option. They may choose to stay out, but we like to give them the option of getting
Right.
out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cows are made of leather, and as warm as it's gonna be, it's not gonna be too cold for them. But if it's gonna be hailing or whatever, I would like them to have a place to go where they can't go. And they go in there sometimes because I find cow patties in there. So I don't know if they're going in during the storms or not, but at least there's somewhere they can go to get out of the rain. And we have a run in, but we have on my mom's property, which is where our house is built, there is about, I want to say 15 acres of pasture before we built our house. So like probably 13 acres of pasture, but we mow it, and that's our hay for all winter. So the cows do not have free range over the whole pasture. They have a couple smaller sections that we rotate them through. And one of those has a run-in on it, and the hillside behind my mom's has trees, so when we're up there, we're not too worried about it because they can get under and around the trees. But where they are right now is on our little hillside by our house. You've probably seen it in videos, and there's absolutely zero shelter there. It's just wide out in the open. So we want to make sure to open that up tonight when we get home, so that if they choose to get shelter, they can. All right, we are at 61 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and end this so I can get that poll going. And thank you so much for joining. Make sure you check back Saturday and Monday for our edited videos, and we'll see you live next Wednesday when we announce the names of the rabbits. And I want to say that I do things like that, like bringing the rabbits in here, because you guys, I feel like, are the loyalists, the most loyal. You're my closest friends, we'll say that, and I want to share the news with you guys first. So I try to those of you who stop by the live, I try to give you a little bit of a preview of compared to what everybody else is going to see. So have a great week. Almost said weekend. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.